Salutations fam, this is Dr. Arim from Haltessiagaming, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you a first place Dragon Link deck profile that I've actually played at a couple of tournaments at this point. I've been decided to try Dragon Link out for this format. The first tournament I brought it to, I ended up bubbling. I asked my friend for some advice on things about improving the deck list, but also just advice on the matchup for Rescue Ace. Because I also felt like I just played the matchup not correctly. It wasn't terrible or anything, but it was just little interactions I felt like could have been done better. But after making some adjustments to the list, I ended up taking it to a couple more tournaments. I got a second place finish and a first place finish. So I figured, okay, I like the deck as it is. I'm probably going to end up building something else after this because y'all know me, I like playing a bunch of decks. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into this first place Dragon Link deck profile. Yeah. So we're going to start off with the main deck, just to get out the way. It is a 48 card main deck. Dragons just have so many starters available to them that the deck is just super hyper consistent. Even up all the way to 60 cards, you can still have a 95% chance to see a starter at a 60 card deck. It's you just have so much that you can play. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it. Starting off, we got the one copy of Black Metal. In the original build, I was playing 3. Then I had a list I was trying out where I was playing 2. So actually, it was originally 3 Black Metal and 1 copy of 1 for 1. Then we trimmed it down to 2 Black Metal. Then in this list, I'm playing the 1 Black Metal and the 1 copy of 1 for 1. 1 copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 copy of Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. This engine is very powerful. I really like this engine as a starter play because I honestly am trying considering whether or not to bump this up because I like opening this so much and starting with this, because if you don't get drolled, it makes you Romulus and Hieratic Seal without words hard, but it makes Romulus and Hieratic Seal by itself. And this card is just, sometimes it's just an extender that summons itself, and it's a dragon. And sometimes because it turns itself into a level 7, you can special this the normal Ash, and then suddenly you have a Baron on your board. It's pretty cool. And if if you resummon this, it's also a 6, so you can use it for malicious, not malicious, rank 6 plays, and with the 2 synchros. And I can't words, but it's synchro plays. But yeah, talked about that a lot more than I anticipated. Rockets, Absolrouter, Tracer, Magna. This one is worth talking about. So for the most part, it's just a level 4 non-tuner rocket that you can summon from the deck. That has a different name, and that does matter when you're doing Soul Charge plays with Boot Sector Launch. But the actual effects of this card have been coming up a lot lately, because one of the things in my first event where I bubbled, one of the things I noticed was that in the games where I was losing, a lot of the times what was happening was I would get hit by hand traps into power cards, and then I would get into a simplified game state and I would lose in the grind game. So I was in situations where I needed better grind games, and the effect of this to summon a rocket in the end phase has come up a couple of times. But also the effect, the non-targeting send, has come up a couple of times because of the fact that everyone's on SP, and if this gets targeted by a link monster, you can chain its effect. It'll destroy itself, and then non-targeting send a card on your opponent's field. So if they go SP effect, target this to banish it, you can chain it. It'll destroy itself, and then you can send the SP, and then they just they don't get the SP, and then this will replace itself in the end phase. And that has come up so many times where people have just kind of forgot about this. They've gone through the turn, and then I go end phase Magna Rocket, and I end up with a monster on board, and that completely removes their ability to OTK me, and it ends up allowing me to survive for the crackback to win the game. And then also, it doesn't come up very often, but this is 1800 attack and 2100 with the field spell, which is, it comes up sometimes. Sometimes you can boot sector and then normal this and kill a border. It comes up sometimes. It's not super relevant, but it's actually surprisingly big. And obviously the rocket recharger. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Starlead Seyfert. Original build was playing 3 of this. I cut it down to 2 because I wanted to fit in some other stuff as well, and I felt the deck was, I think before it was a 96% chance to open a starter, and I toned it down to 87%. which is like still well over the 80% that you want to be in to stay competitive. But yeah, two Seifert. We know what Seifert does: one black, one white, one Levy, one Rebellion, one Magna, and one Druid's Worm. Not much to say about that. I missed three Magna modes. I'm only playing two Bestials main deck because, in this format, the Bestials aren't that crazy. It's like there is a lot of like Gregor interaction, but it's like a lot of times you want to like they have like spells in the grave or like non-darks in the grave and things like that. And now for we start getting into non-standard stuff. I am playing a DPE package of two malicious, one denier, three fusion destiny. Um, so one of the core changes that I ended up making to this was that I swapped off of the Celestial Dasher package because even though the follow up off of like Dasher being able to draw two is crazy, Malicious and Denier are also very crazy on follow up turns. But like Malicious in particular is good to draw. And if these get milled, it doesn't actually stop you from resolving Fusion Destiny because if like Denier gets milled, you can still Fusion Destiny with two Malicious and make DP. If Malicious gets milled, right, you can go Fusion Destiny sending Malicious and Denier, right? If like basically there's no like it doesn't matter if like one of these gets milled, you can still Fusion Destiny, and like even if like two of these get milled, right? You can go, summon the denier and then, fuse from field and stuff like that. So, and then also like malicious is like a really crazy broken card. So on like a follow up turn, in one of my matches against Pearly, I literally summoned malicious four times in one turn because I think I summoned malicious, regain put back the malicious, synchroed it off, malicious, summon malicious again, use it for something. I think I was link climbing, and then like I started synchroing. But so it was like summon malicious, regain put it back, summon malicious, denier summon, put malicious back, summon malicious, again, and then like somebody activated a monster effect, and I went dispat or shuffle back malicious, and then I summoned malicious again. Um, and then the crazy part is I actually could have summoned malicious again because I could have went dispat or summon back malicious. So I actually could have summoned it five times, but it was just like I literally summoned malicious four times off of its own effect. So yeah, it's really really crazy for extenders. And like yeah, just like drawing malicious is good a lot of the time. And then another like package that I start try. This is the package I put into the deck after the hearing from my friend, and he told me to try out the Vision Resonator package with Vision Resonator and Crimson Gaia. It works very similar to Assault Synchron, but it's better into Droll. Because if you get Drolled, you get Crimson Gaia can add from Grave as well, so like that can end up happening. And then also it makes other cards in my deck. I can Foolish this to Grave, search Crimson Gaia, and then Crimson Gaia, add Vision Resonator, and I have like a special summon extender. This is just like because it replaces itself, it's really good. Crimson Gaia is really good because you can just keep adding back this extender every turn, and in combination with Malicious, that just leads to crazy link climbing, crazy synchro climbing. And it really was like a difference maker so much because even just like Crimson Gaia adding this back to just have another body to like link climb with, it drastically overperformed. I am so surprised with how good it ended up playing. Then also like Vision Resonator doesn't care how it's sent to raise, so sometimes you can like discard it and then like pop off with it as well. Three quick launch, to special out rockets and all once per turn, very broken card. Then we have the field spells, boot sector launch, and then Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine, pitch malicious, goes crazy. Broken one of cards, we have Chaos Space, Dragon Shrine, Foolish Burial, and one for one. The broken one ofs. I missed three Chaos Space. I'm not going to lie, like when I was playing the deck without the DPE engine, like you just really felt the limitations of the deck. Because again, like the deck is still really good. If your opponent, like if you combo and your opponent doesn't open hand trap, you are winning the game most of the time. But it's just like I like the changes I made to the deck because I don't lose to Droll as hard anymore. Like a lot of times, if I get Drolled, I can still end on like seal IP plus DPE, and that's still pretty good. But yeah, and you actually have a couple of different ways to like discard malicious alongside just doing like your normal dragon combo, searching dragon V, and then pitching the malicious, and then that will give you like link fodder, it'll give you synchro fodder, etc. The one branded regain, the one branded beast to like get off of Lubellion. These cards are really good. This makes malicious like just stupidly absurdly crazy, and branded beast really helps in a lot of these like grindy matchups because you do end up having to like pivot to like Bestial control with like summon back Magnamut, tribute Magnamut, summon back Magnamut, and just like doing that every turn. And then we have the non-engine cards. We have the Called by the Grave. Um, I saw this a couple of times. It was almost exclusively used to stop Droll and Lockbird. Actually, now I think about it, I think aside from literally one instance that I activate Call by, I think every single time I was activating Call by, I was using it to stop Droll and Lockbird. Um, but yeah, I think there was like one time where I was like playing against Scareclaw. I had a Tracer on board. I activated Call by, targeting the right card to like turn off his follow up, just so I could have like a card on field to like pop with Tracer to like go for a synchro play. But like every other time I activated Call by, I was literally banishing Droll to stop it. Three Droplet. The card's good again. Very, very good card this format. Do enjoy playing Forbidden Droplet. Three copies of Ash Blossom. Three copies of DD Crow. Yeah, so playing this is a lot better than the Bestials right now because there's just so much stuff that's just not light and dark that you want to hit right now. So that's something to consider as well. Another thing is that you can summon this off of 1-for-1 as a dark body to like link climb with. Helps makes dark, helps with synchro plays sometimes. But yeah, DD Crow. And then the last two cards in the deck, we have Gamma and Driver. I love when I draw Gamma, and I especially love when you draw Gamma after like pitching a Chaos or like just activating something that they're gonna Ash or like Droll you. Because no one's playing around this anymore. Like, because was that one? Is that one? And I'm playing 48 cards. There's no reason to play around Gamma. So I got to like do this like twice. Um, Actually, now that I think about it, I did it to the same player actually. Sometimes you draw it going second and you like Gamma something, but it's like using it on my turn happened twice. Again, like twice. It wasn't like the same match where it's like two games in a row. It was like at one tournament I did it to him, and then I did it to him at another event where he like ashed my starter and then I gammed him and then I like made Baron and I just like popped off. But yeah, that is it for the 48 card main deck. Um, I really enjoyed like the ratios and everything. There's not really much to say. I did like the changes. The only thing I'm considering, maybe cutting Safer down to one. I'm not sure. I do genuinely feel that black metal is better, but I also like the utility of being able to like pseudo search stuff with like foolishing to grave and then adding back. So it's like I'm not sure. Like the deck as it is doesn't feel bad, but it's just certain times where I'm just like, man, I wish I could play three black metal. And it's like I don't want to play 60 because like I also really want to see like my side cards and like my utility cards as well. Like where it is right now feels really really good. It's like big enough that I'm like not seeing Denier every game. I'm seeing Malicious pretty consistently. And like Malicious just a crazy extender. Like it's at the point where it's like I'm not seeing the bricks, but I'm seeing like things I want to see pretty consistently. But it's just I truly do wish I could just open black metal. Like let me just open 1-for-1 Malicious just every game, every game. But yeah, on to the extra deck. We have Striker Dragon, the one Striker Dragon. Man, this really was the biggest hit to this deck. Is just having one Striker Dragon because like you have to go through so many more hoops to like continue playing if this gets like imperm turn one. Because you have to like put it back in the extra to be able to like make it again to be able to like get boot sector launch on like the following turn. And it's just like not having boot sector launch like comes up so much, and it's just ugh. I really, really wish we could play more than one striker. The one Romulus, really good card. I actually ended up using the effect to summon from hand to like synchro climb a couple of times. Pretty cool. I was originally playing a second copy of Hieratic Seal, but I'm playing the one. I found that I was like, I can put it back if I need to make a second one. Most of the time, when you're making the second one, it's because you got like Nibiru, and like you're making a second one after the Nibiru. But a lot of the times when you're getting Nibiru, you're well, actually because that's another thing about like this list is that I don't actually need to lock myself in the dark to like build my boards a lot of the time because of the simple fact that like between malicious and like the vision resonator, I just don't need to lock myself in the dark a lot of the time. But all right. So a lot of times after you would get nib, you would be able to like make a second seal. But I found that like I could just like make IP and like do other stuff that way as well. So alright, so dark. Dark is really good. Being able to like crash this and search Levianer is really good. Being able to steal stuff out of your opponent's graveyard is really good. Being able to steal IP, SP is really good. Overall, fantastic card. IP Masquerena. I've talked about SP Little Knight a lot, but I am not rich, so I'm playing Unicorn. I ain't got SP. If you have SP, go ahead and play SP. It's really good. Unicorn does the job for what I need it for. It non-destruction removal, shuffles back cards. Really good. Turns IP into an interruption, and sometimes it pitches malicious to like start your combo plays. Um, yeah, and then I'm playing Avramax as my last Link monster. So one of the very noticeable changes about this list compared to like standard Dragon Link is that I'm not playing Borland, I'm not playing Triple Burst, and I'm not playing Pisty, and I'm specifically not playing those cards because they kind of all require each other. Whereas like all of these cards kind of function individually. Like even without making it through IP, Unicorn is still good for removal. Avramax is just like really strong as like a non-target monster that like out. It's like a hard to out guy. Right, so it's like each of these cards are like easier to make while also being really good standalone. Triple Burst doesn't really do anything outside of like setting up Pisty. Pisty doesn't really do anything unless you have the arrows, and you're typically not making Borland unless you make Triple Burst and Pisty first. um a lot of matchups where you can make Borland and then put Borland on the board, and it's just like Borland is really hard to out. Avramax is oftentimes just as hard to out. Yeah, so it's like, but it's actually even harder out a lot of the time because this just can't be targeted, whereas Borland can only not be targeted by monster effects. So a lot of times I'm just making this against like Unchained. I made this against Pearly. I made this, and it's just really hard for them out. Some people are playing like Typhon, and like Typhon does out it, but it's just like usually people are. I have not seen someone playing more than one Typhon yet, but a lot of times like after they use their resources to deal with this, they usually can't kill me that turn. And then if they didn't if they sent it to grave, I just immediately out what they used to out this. And if what else? If they shuffled it back, then I can just make it again. And actually, against one of my masters of Pearly, it was literally just us like going hard to outmaster, hard to outmaster, hard to outmaster, hard to outmaster. Because he made Noir, and then I made this, and then I like attacked into the like killed the Noir, and then he like made Typhon and out of this, and then like I outed something else, and then like he made another Noir, and then I made like Chaos Angel, and it was just like man. And then like literally we had like one game, and it was like 48 minutes, and it like came down to time, and I had to like burn him in time with Scarlight to like win the game or whatever. Oh man, that was a funny event. Um, Avramax. But then we have synchros. We have Borloat Savage Dragon. One of the highlights of the weekend was, out of my packs, I did get the CR Borloat Savage Dragon, which looks really nice. So I put that in my deck list for the deck profile. I'm playing Draco Berserker of the Tenyi because sometimes you don't have a Link monster engraved to like equip the Savage, and truthfully, in some matches, Draco Berserker is just better. A lot of times, if I'm only gonna have like one negate Savage, sometimes I would argue like if I'm doing like the Striker Dragon play, where I would make Striker Savage with one negate. A lot of times, I'd rather make this, unless it's like against like a spell heavy deck, then I wouldn't make this. But yeah, Draco Berserker is just another Synchro 8 option. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. We know what this card does. It's really broken. I kind of want to play the Stardust Dragon, but I don't know what I would take out to fit in the Stardust Dragon, because sometimes when you go Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, they like try to like SP or something, or like I had a situation where someone had like a Fenrir to like target this to banish it or whatever, being able to just go, okay, effect chain, make a Baron, and then it's unaffected. And then also, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that like this card was as good as it was. But yeah, really good card. Then we have the one Dispatter. Dispatter is a crazy, crazy, crazy card. It's so good, especially with malicious, as I talked about during the malicious part, where you can like shuffle back malicious, and just keep looping malicious. It's so good. And then we have Chaos Angel. Um, yeah, malicious helps make Chaos Angel a lot more consistently because you just have that six body, and you can combine it with like safer to be able to make your light and dark Chaos Angel. And then also you have like the Wire Burster, and then like you have all the different synchro lines you can get to it. But it's just like malicious really does just like make a lot of your synchros and just all your stuff just more accessible because it's just like it's an extender, yes, but it's also just like the perfect level. The Baron Floor, I got me an ulti Baron floor out of the rarity collection as well, which looks pretty. I don't know, hold up, this is like you can't really see it on camera. Or it's just because of my oversleeve, but it's like you can barely tell, but it's like the ulti. Truthfully, this is why I want the CR because you can actually tell through my sleeves. But hey, ulti is better than ultra. Then we have the one copy of Wallow. This was one of the changes I made to my list. I added Wallow because the increased rank 6 axis, and oh my goodness, this card overperformed. It is so strong. Um, Honestly, it's like the like the ability to like steal stuff out of your opponent's grave. You can shuffle stuff back. But like the most underrated part of this card that just makes it so strong is the like stat boost. Like every time I've dropped this, it's like my monster's on like 4K. It's like it's so crazy. Like it's just very easy for this card to just hit the board. Just suddenly you have an OTK. I had like a game where I was playing against dragons, and like my opponent had like a Borrelin, and I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna out this Borrelin. But then like after it uses negate, I made Wallow. I took the imperm out of his graveyard, and then I like imperm the Borrelin. um, right, and it's just like I've stolen like a foolish burial out of my opponent's grave to like combo with it. It's just like Wallow really enables some shenanigans, and I'm really glad I decided to play it. It overperformed, and then I've talked about it a lot, but DPE, this card is crazy. So actually, one of the things I realized is that every single game that I summoned DPE, I won. I have not lost a game where I summoned DPE, which is really crazy to think about. But yeah, like it's really just a crazy card. So the tournament where I got second place at, that was arguably one of the hardest tournament brackets I've like ever had to play through because literally it was just nothing but like the ranked players in our region. In Swiss, I just got the unluckiest bracket. It was just like nothing but ranked players because like round one I played against our like number one player and like I 2-0'd him. Literally just because like DPE went that crazy into the lab matchup, and it was just like wow, man, because it's like he couldn't ever like get anything going because like just be like DP pop before he got to like activate his traps, and then like the malicious follow up and everything was just like crazy, and I'm making like dark, I'm like stealing his stuff, and it's just it was so strong, man. And then like against like Pearly, it's just like, oh, you tried to put a monster on board? No. You tried to put a monster on board? No. Oh, you tried to resolve that continuous spell? No. You tried to resolve that fill spell? No. Just like the quick effect pop is really, really good, and it's just like that continuous grind game, and then the follow up off of Denier and Malicious is just so strong. So yeah, DPE is absolutely insane. I won every single time I summoned that monster. Let me put it like this. It was so ridiculous. I was actually at the point where I'm considering playing Proxy F Magician just so I can make it more often. Like when people like bounce this back to the extra to like out it, I'm like considering being able to go make Proxy F Magician, summon Denier, summon Malicious, fusion summon, bring back PvE. Like that's how. I'm not gonna do that, but just the fact that I've thought about it is just to tell you how crazy DPE is. But yeah, that's the extra deck. Now we move on to the side deck. We have Pankratops. You guys should have already seen that coming. Pankratops going to be the first card in like almost all of my side decks. I tried out Phantasme. I've actually been liking it. Even though I'm only playing at one. Let me tell you something. This card likes me because even though I'm only playing one copy of Phantasme, every single time that I have cited this card in, I have seen it. Every single time. I'm trying to think. Like, I really do think every single time I've cited, I've seen it. which is kind of crazy. And it's like, it's not one of those cards that's like broken, but it's just like it's good enough, you know, because it's like that draw to you. There have been so many times where I like draw and be like, oh, I drew into a hand trap. Cool. I drew into hand trap plus follow up, and then I put back like a card that's not that good, right? Or like, cause like I remember against Unchained Labyrinth, I summoned this and then drew Phantasm. Not drew Phantasm. I summoned Phantasm and drew Pank, right? And then like basically Pink Phantasme broke the board. Um, and like against another Unchained player, I drew DD Crow off of it, and then like what, for the most part, I've been citing this in against Unchained. I think I've only cited this in against Unchained now. I think about it, but yeah, it's just like every time I've cited it, I've seen it, and it's been good. So absolutely been liking Phantasme. I don't know if I'm going to bump it up because the main thing about it is that you can search it with like safer. But like sometimes you draw one of those. Sometimes we're just broken like that. Two copies of draw. Um, I'm not sure what I can cut in order to fit more cards, like to bump this up. But it's like I kind of feel like I just have to play and deal with playing two. But Rolling Lockbird is just like one of the best cards against a lot of decks in the format. The Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Really, really funny. This card's name is treated as Red Dragon Archfiend, so you can actually take advantage of the other effects of Crimson Gaia. So like you can Scarlight, and then if this gets like destroyed, you can summon it back and then use the effect again. And like what else is there? What else is there? So it's like and then when it attacks, you get to book the board, and then you got like you get to get like a loop Scarlight. Like it's so silly. Two copies of Salesman. So I've noticed a lot of people play like Ixie's Encore to deal with like the Pearly matchup. I like this because it also deals with the Noir because it stops like similar to the way the Herald of the Abyss deals with Noir and that it like forces the player to perform an action. This prevents the opponent from like activating Noir that turn, right? So it's like you go Salesman, call Noir, and then they just can't use it. And while that itself doesn't like out the Noir, that allows you to play, and then like you could just play and out the Noir because Noir can be destroyed by battle, so you can just hit over it. And like you don't have to worry about them going Noir shuffle back like 18,000 times. But also it has the added utility of being good into other matchups because like Ixie's Encore only hits Noir, whereas this hits Noir, but you can also side this in when you're going first and go Salesman Call Droll. You know, you can also side this in against pretty much any matchup and go Salesman Call thing that my opponent would do that would like hurt me. Being able to go Salesman Call Baron, Salesman Call Savage or whatever, right, to like force out negates and stuff like that. Very very good card. Um, yeah, two copies of Cosmic Cyclone because again it's just like the format's really diverse, so it's like that's one issue I'm having is that like it's really hard to like have a good side deck that covers everything because there's just so many things you have to prepare for. So I'm trying to cover as many matchups as possible, but it's just really hard. Two Dark Ruler for combo. Two Storm. This is another one of those cards that does double duty, hits a lot of matchups. And then the last two cards in my side deck are two copies of Eradicator because I wanted something to side for going first. And like I said earlier, it's just I really, really, really just don't want to like lose to Droll. I want to have the deck be built in a way where it's like I do have a high ceiling on my deck, but at the same time, not a high ceiling that just gets immediately negated because my opponent activated it and resolved Droll and Lockbird. But yeah, that's pretty much the basis of it. Well, yeah, I usually do like I'm gonna do one test hand because this was a bit of a longer one because it's like a lot of theory in this one. So I'll do one test hand and then we'll kind of go from there. Now, as is the usual rule in my test hands, I always draw like the most terrible hand you've ever seen, right? Yeah, we always draw like the most terrible hand you've ever seen, and like, yeah. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen and that I draw like something nice, but we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, DP is crazy. I am definitely going like even if I like do end up building another deck, I'm probably gonna play the DP package in that one too, because like when I say that that package is overperformed, oh my goodness, it overperformed. It was so crazy. Alrighty. Yeah. There we go. Alrighty, let's see what we got. How bad is it? Oh, we open malicious. Oh, see what I'm saying? This hand. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, we're gaming. We're gaming. We're gaming. This is not a very good hand, but we're gaming. But honestly, it's like I kind of love that. Like whenever I do test hands on the deck profiles, they're always like the most terrible hands ever, because I like being able to show like, okay, and this is how you combo through the bad hands, because that's like truly the mark of like what makes like a good combo player is like everybody knows how to combo with like the broken hands. We want to be able to combo with the bad hands too. But normal Magda. Oh, hold up. Oh wait, let me zoom out actually so you can see the board. There we go. Make it a little easier to see. So normal Maga, link off, make striker. Unfortunately, I can't chain block it, so if they have imperm, that sucks. But it's fine. We're in imaginary land where hand traps don't exist. So get boot. I swear to guys, I was like, if that's on the top of the deck, get boot. And then we're gonna go striker, target Magna, add back Magna, pop striker. Then we're gonna banish striker, summon Wyver Burster, and then we're gonna go boot, summon 2. I think we're going for like a seal line here, maybe. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that actually. So we're gonna go seal Chaos Angel here. We're gonna make Romulus, right? Because remember we're in imaginary land. We don't have to worry about hand traps. We don't have to worry about hand traps. So we're gonna go Romulus, get Ravine. Now the thing is, we can actually build a better board than this, but I specifically want the Light and Dark Chaos Angel, right? So we're gonna get Ravine, replace. Ravine, pitch malicious. We're gonna send probably, what do we want to send? I guess we get Apps Router for the follow-up. Well, I guess we could do that next turn, to be honest. What do we want to send? Well, I guess I do want the immediate plus. Yeah, I want the immediate plus. So we're gonna go and send the Apps Router so we can get the immediate plus. And we're gonna Apps Router, gonna pick up the Tracer. All right. And then we're gonna go malicious, and we're gonna summon a malicious. Right, malicious, summon malicious. See, okay, I kind of like have to like lean forward so you can see. So malicious, summon malicious, and then this right here makes our Light and Dark Chaos Angel. Right, and then we trigger Wyver Burster, and we pick up the Collapse Serpent, and then we can go special Collapse Serpent by banishing our Wyver Burster, and then we can link these 2 off and make Hieratic Seal. So we have Seal that can't be destroyed by battle because of Chaos Angel, then Chaos Angel unaffected by monster effects, and then we also have Crow. So we have Seal, Chaos Angel, Crow, which isn't bad. Considering what that hand looked like, that's not bad. Especially because like we could like have more, but I specifically want Light and Dark Chaos Angel. Because if we go the other way, right? So instead of activating the boot sector launch early like that, we just we make striker, then we special Wyver Burster, we link it off, we chain link 1, chain link 2, Romulus. We get that, we go for the Apps Router play, right? And then we search for the Tracer, and then at that point is where we go Ravine, we go boot, special the Tracer, and then, you know, you kind of like play from there. And we'd be able to have like Seal, Seal, Chaos Angel, and like a Savage. But the Chaos Angel wouldn't be Light and Dark. So it's like if you want the Light and Dark Chaos Angel, you do that route. If you want heck, what's it called? The Savage, you do the other route. So yeah. That was with a terrible hand. And then obviously if you see Fusion Destiny in any hand, like you just Fusion Destiny. Alrighty. I gotta be mindful of the time because my camera has like a very limited memory and like my video would just cut off. So I'll do one more. Hopefully it's not like something I take. Oh, Fusion Destiny. This hand's actually not that good. It's like it's good, but it's not that good. So we go Ravine, probably pitch Droplets and Abso. Our follow up is crazy though, that's for sure. Send Abso. So we're gonna send Abso, get Tracer. That's not Abso. Send Abso, pick up Tracer. And then normal Tracer, pop, special. We're gonna keep the Striker in the deck because that allows us to have. What? Wait, I'm picking up my extra deck. Get summon from the extra deck. We're gonna get Recharger, and basically next turn we're gonna have crazy follow up. So get Recharger, Synchro, and as you see, we have no links. Now we could do the play that gives us a link monster here, but I don't want to do that, right? Because we can. It would just be one negate Savage. So in this scenario, we're just gonna make Draco Berserker, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and, well, I guess we could have pitched Bat and a Beast, but like this is really good in the grind game, so we're gonna keep that. We're gonna Fusion Destiny, Sam Militia Denier, right? It's like we would technically have like a bigger board, but we'd have significantly worse follow up, and then we just summon DP. All right, be mindful. One more. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is an interesting one. Now, usually we assume that they don't have hand traps, but because we drew Gamma, we assume they have like Droll. And also because I get Drolled like all the time. Gonna pick up Magnemite. Magna. On Riz, Droll. Haha, Ching Gamma, because we're crazy. Then we go Gamma. Summon the driver. Here we go, driver. Then we do the Synchro. Now, actually, a funny thing is like one of my games, I actually got to like reuse this because like I gammaed and then I like synchroed. Like, no, I remember what happened. The driver was already engraved because of like black metal, and then I gamma and I summoned the driver from the grave. But we go Excel and then Cell, summon back Gamma, then synchro those two off, and we make Barony 4. And now the rest of our combo is protected from any other potential hand traps, right? And how greedy are we? So we go Magna Effect, targeting the Gamma, and we'll summon the Magnemite effect on summon. Then we'll go and normal Striker. Link off makes safer. Matt safer. Could you imagine? Safer was a link monster? Oh my goodness. Striker effect. Pick up boot. Striker. Do I want to do the Striker play? Let me think. Get you. Rebellion. Get Beast. We're not doing any more banishing this turn, I don't think. Get Beast. Then, yeah, we'll keep it like that. Well, actually, we could make Dispatter. So we go Striker, target, summon back, and then we summon you. Well, actually, yeah, because we're going to search off Magma. So actually, we're going to do it like that. Striker, target itself, recharger, trigger, blah, blah, blah. Summon Magna back. Right? Boot of effect. Yeah, some. Oh, this is on board. That's not right. we have Tracer. We're just gonna lock ourselves in the dark. Let me see how I want to do this. Yeah, we gotta lock ourselves in the dark, so no Heretic Seal, and it's fine because we're gonna get the Source of Magna for our Bestial for Brand Beast. Ooh. If only. If only, if only. Because we can do that. Because we can summon back the Gamma with Dispatter. We can summon back the Gamma with Dispatter, but we already have Baron on board, so there's no real need to do this. So probably, yeah, just go ahead and do Seal Savage. Be basic. I wanted to see if I was going to be cool, but I'm not cool. I'm basic. Make Seal. Tracer Pop, special. Recharge's already in grave, I think, right? Yeah, Recharge's already in grave. Summon. And then either, well, we already have an Omni, so probably, yeah, go Draco Berserker. Then we have set Droplet, set Beast, well, active Beast. So you have Beast, Baron, Seal, Draco Berserker, Droplet, and then we're going to search Druid's Worm. There we go. And it's pretty cool. Because truthfully, the only thing that the Gamma really did to add to the board was the Baron. Everything else we could have just did. That's pretty cool. Because like we could have still gotten to the Lubellion, get blah blah blah, but we just would have had to do it like sequence it differently. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interruptions. Anyway, that's going to be it for the technical demonstration and test hands and all that. Yeah. Gonna leave a pinned comment, probably talking about matchups. Anyway, this has been Darkslayer Arim from Haltessiagaming. It's been way too long since I've uploaded a video. I've actually forgotten what my outro is. I don't know what I'm supposed to say anymore. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and share it with your friends. If you'd like to see my deck profiles as soon as they are finished, as soon as I, top a tournament, there will be a link to my Patreon both in the description and in the pinned comment. My Patreon will allow you to see my deck profiles, the deck building theory. You'll get to talk to me and ask me about deck building advice, all that good stuff. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to immediately remember something I'm supposed to say. I'm going to watch another video and forget about it. But, oh, I forgot my button. Where's my button at? Oh, no. I don't know where my button is. I'm going to have to turn this off the normal way. What was I saying? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, share it with your friends. Thank you very much for watching. And have a wonderful day. Please go drink some water. Hold up, do I have another button? Okay, let me see if this... I have the backup button, but I don't know if this one's working. Let me see, hold up. Okay, I turned it on. I turned on this button. So we have the backup button, but I don't know if this one works. Alright, let's see. Alright, we'll try again.